All right, this is going fast and getting stopped. Going fast is, well, particularly the two disciplines that I'm interested in polocrosse and drafting, pretty important bits of, both sports, that going fast and getting stopped. And I was did a few drafts earlier in the summer and wrote down some notes about it. And they're all the same problems, doesn't matter what sport you're doing. Just with drafting, they stand out a little bit more because you don't have a ball that you can then throw away to relieve the pressure on yourself. It's only you and the cow. So the same problems stood out. And so I wrote some notes about this. And it's the same problems for both sports. They just present a little bit differently. But so the first point is that people that are having trouble going fast is that their horse isn't yielding to the bit, right? It's either like avoiding pressure by like getting too overbent, essentially putting the head on its chest so that when they get pulled on, that their head just goes to their chest but their feet don't move. Or they're running away from the bit where they get like their head up. They're up and they're just resisting it. They're just running through the bridle. So that's the first problem. And it's not about the bit so much. It's about that when the horse is in that mental state, he's reacting. He's not responding. He's not yielding to you. So we need that bit to contain him, to compress him so that his feet can go to work properly, feet can move underneath us. And with that, you see all the good players, all the good drafters, the ones that win consistently, all their horses can travel into a bit of contact, right? So as they pick up the reins, like you don't see many pictures, especially in that Camp Draft magazine, about them winning a draft and they're all like this. There's not very many pictures of that. Most of the pictures are up where they've got that horse yielding to them, so that, and when your horse is yielding, we've got his shock absorber engaged, that his feet can now move, softer. It's not, he's yielding to us rather than going from a loose rein to then a bad pull. You see, see what a bad reaction you get when you've gone from like loose rein to then just a big bad pull. And like obviously this horse, he's broke. Well, he's pretty close to it. So he can cope with it. But if I was galloping this horse going fast, likely what would happen, even if he's trying, if I'm going fast on a loose rein and then I just give him a big pull to say, get back there, it's unlikely it's going to be that sort of reaction. It's likely that as I pull here, he's going to be trying to get back in there maybe, but his head's going to go up, his back will hollow, and then he's going to skip a few steps sideways away from the pressure before he can now come back in. And that's best case scenario. So we need that horse to yield to the bit. Yield to the bit rather than either avoid it by going underneath or resisting getting away from it. So we've got 2 points. We've got 2 points of reaction, is down here or up here. And in the middle here is where they're yielding. So that's the first point. The second point is about the getting stopped part, but mostly most of the problem with going fast is that the horse then takes a bridle and starts to run away from you. And so then you see them and they grab their horse and like, oh, get here, and they back that horse up and say, get soft, get soft, get soft, as that beast runs away, or as the number one throws the goal on you, or as the player that you're supposed to be marking then goes and tackles your ball carrier, right? So stopping's been made a punishment. And if you always have to do something to a horse, like if you always have to bully him if you always bully a horse into a stop, you're always going to have to bully a horse into a stop. The biggest problem with stopping from pace is that our expectations for what we want in a stop are generally way too high. Like You see like that raining sliding stop where they sit down and they pedal their front feet and it looks amazing, probably feels great too. But if you're going that fast, particularly in a less controlled environment, like chasing a beast, like galloping on the field, that stop's virtually unachievable. Like you're going too fast with too much steam up. Like those reining horses, they've been taught that when they speed up, it's to a stop. It's not that they just, like we're galloping that fast and then randomly I'll say, oh shit, I need to stop you. And you just whack them in the face. Well, it's when they turn upside down and give you a sky leap. So yeah, you don't want to make stopping a punishment. You want to make stopping something that they want to do. And that's horse training, getting them to want to do it. All right, next point is that the horse has only ever been asked to go fast under pressure. So essentially it hasn't been practiced. Going fast hasn't been practiced at home. In a controlled environment, just out there on the flat, the paddock, galloping big fast circles, coming back, countering small slow circles, get their mind back right, gallop them again. Most horses you see, the only time they go fast is either on the field, under pressure, or chasing a cow under pressure. So then they correlate that going fast means under pressure. What do horses do when they're under pressure? Well, their first instinct is to run away from it. So that's just exactly what they're doing there. Right. My fourth point is, I'm going to have to get my note out for this. Right. Is that because stopping's been made a punishment, right, we grab that horse and like when he gets stiff and bully on us running away from us, we grab him and stop him. And the horse learns, well, that stopping was pretty shit, but at least now I'm not galloping. At least now I get a break. So what happens is that you can teach the horse, they will take the lesser evil of getting pulled into the ground and being punished into a stop instead of the other punishment of galloping their guts out for you. So you want to get it, and goes back to the other point, they haven't been galloped at home, not under pressure, and then we build the pressure up in like how fast can we go with the pressure. So we gallop. And by doing that at home, what we can do is we've got time to now, when this horse does want to run away from me a little bit, and he does get a little bit bully on me and, leaning down on the bridle, instead of like stopping him and punishing him here, but now we're stopped, what we need to actually do is just shake him off the bridle and say, no, go back to work. Your job was to gallop over there, right? Like, get soft and now go back to work so that he doesn't learn that he can get stopped and get a relief, because we stop a horse to give him relief. We take the pressure off, we get his feet stopped, we give him a mental pat when his feet are stopped. Right? So if we stop a horse for getting heavy and dull, well then he's never going to learn that he has to fight through that dullness, that heaviness, and still go to work. So send your horse to work. Like, you being heavy is not acceptable. Don't be heavy and then still get to work, rather than constantly just stopping him. You're not going to get a horse soft in the gallop by stopping him every time they get hard. Now, you may have to, if they do get too much of a head of steam on, or you're riding a problem horse, you may have to get them stopped to get their mind right, but that horse is nowhere near ready for competition. Well, we want to go out there, we want to win. Well, we don't just want to be a money donator. We don't want to play Sunday morning. Like, we want to play Sunday afternoon in the final. We want to feature in the final of the draft. So, yeah, train your horse at home. He should go faster at home than what he does on the weekend. So then you've got no surprises about what's coming. You know that he can gallop that fast and not get wobbly. Right, so with that, this going fast, getting stopped, I want to make this like a separate clinic, and I want some people to practice on. So if you see this video, like what I'm saying, I will do the first people that book me, I'll do the clinic for free. You pay all expenses to get me there, but yeah, I'll do this going fast, getting stopped clinic for free. So yep, reach out and make a booking. So about 8 people is about the right number, preferably somewhere like a camp draft arena, rodeo arena, where maybe we've got some sort of yards that we can do a little bit of work in to get these horses prepped. So yeah, reach out. Thank you.